Like and subscribe to my channel and click the bell icon to get new video updates.
FP3 report and 2023 Spanish Grand Prix highlights. Verstappen leads Perez and Hamilton in rainy final practice session at Barcelona Formula 1. Max Verstappen pulled off a clean win in Barcelona practice sessions, with the Red Bull driver setting the fastest time in a rain-affected FP3, ahead of his teammate Sergio Perez and Mercedes' Lewis Hamilton in preparation for later qualifying today. Wet of the threat with rain hanging over the session, all 20 drivers made their way out to the track, as they tried to run as much as possible in the drier conditions, with Verstappen setting the early pace ahead of Perez and Hamilton. However, then the lap times began to pour. The red flag session was abandoned after Williams Logan Sargeant lost the car entering the final corner, running through the gravel trap, and eventually ending up in the guardrail. When the session resumed, it began to rain, and all 20 drivers opted to wait in the garage before Lando Norris came out on the intermediates, followed by the Ferraris of Carlos Sainz and Charles Leclerc. Conditions were too wet to improve lap times. Verstappen's early time of 1:13.664 seconds saw him lead Perez by 0.250 seconds, while Hamilton remained in third place, just over 4/10 adrift of the Dutch driver, which was a significantly improved performance by Mercedes. Home favorite Carlos Sainz was fourth fastest, ahead of compatriot Fernando Alonso in the Aston Martin, Mercedes' George Russell, and his Ferrari teammate Charles Leclerc in seventh place. Valtteri Bottas was eighth fastest for Alfa Romeo, ahead of AlphaTauri's Yuki Tsunoda in ninth, followed by Lando Norris from the top 10 for McLaren. Zhou Guanyu's other Alfa Romeo was 11th on the timesheets, ahead of Nick de Vries' AlphaTauri in 12th, with Lance Stroll, who briefly ran through the gravel trap at turn 5 in the wet, after having an exit conditions Aston Martin, down to 13th place. Haas Nico Hülkenberg, who was third in Friday's FP2, was 14th fastest, ahead of McLaren's rookie driver Oscar Piastri in 15th, and Esteban Ocon in 16th, despite him and his Alpine teammate Pierre Gasly running on the